what we do, we acquire the store, and then we acquire the store, and then we find a new owner. So we don't change any of the details. We only put the new owner's details in. And we're kind of the broker in a sense of that process, and we manage that in a way so the previous owner gets closure on their journey. They get paid some cash, also a cash windfall they can use to reinvest in a new business or whatever they want, and then the new owner kind of transfer the account. We go through the legal steps with Amazon. We notify Amazon, which is very important, and we transfer it into the new company name, and then they have a new, we call it a vehicle, that they can now put their systems, their processes, their products inside of, and now they can scale a lot faster on the platform and, utilizing that faster vehicle, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's great explanation, Aaron. So my question, for example, if I'm a seller, my concern will be Amazon. You mentioned a point over there, to inform Amazon. Amazon is quite strict on having duplicate accounts. And if you're selling on the same category, there are a lot of variables there. So how do you assess all those before handing that account to a seller who already have an account?
Yes. Amazon, as you're probably aware and your viewers are, Amazon evolved over the years. There was a time and a place where Amazon said, hey, you can't have two accounts. And then it was like, okay, you can, but you have to tell us. And then it was like, okay, you can, and you have to have a specific reason, a legit business reason. And there are a few, and you can find them on Amazon's terms of service. For example, you're starting two private label brands, or you have one wholesale company and you have a private label company, a brand, and you want to separate them out. Perfectly valid. So in terms of the situation for the buyer, they just need to look at, the terms of service and obviously follow them. And with that, you can have as many Amazon stores as you want, providing there's a valid business reason.
Great. And Aaron, you have helped around 1,600 Amazon sellers, right, to acquire aged stores. So, is that kind of giving an unfair advantage to those sellers to having multiple accounts?
So is it an unfair advantage? It kind of goes back to the age-old question as, why do companies get bought, right? Because people don't want to start a brand new company because it's hard, right? And so this is why the private equity world exists. This is why aggregators exist, in the Amazon space exist, because they want to go and purchase something that's already established and already rolling and got, some history, right? So it's the same exact process, really, where you can start a new store by all means. And we often advise people, okay, well, based on your situation, it might be better for you to do that. But, folks that have more money than time and they want to really hit the ground running and, do what kind of private equity companies do and, where they buy companies to accelerate faster, then that's oftentimes the best route for them.
Great. And, for a new seller who is just launching want to launch on Amazon, what do you think are the main limitations? And, how does this buying aged accounts or age account, Amazon account will bypass those limitations?
Yeah, so we've got a few business models with Amazon. So we'll talk about, for example, the private label space first. So let's say somebody, we've got a client who's Connor. He's out of Canada. He does about $1 million a month on supplements. So he is figured out the supplement space to 8 figures per year. So he knows what he's doing. And he's like, okay, well, cool. Well, I don't want to have to go and start a brand new account and, go through the 12-month process of brand registry, list it and getting access to the supplement category. I just want to acquire the assets of a company that already have that. So I can hit the ground running with my my new supplement brand. He already knows how to scale supplements. He just duplicates a different brand. All of the systems processes are the same. He just plugs his new store into that and he can scale back, a second store to $1 million a month. That's that's why he was looking to acquire an older store. Does that make sense? So that's a private label